Yeah, thank you, Farhan. Greetings, everyone. Over the past year, the escalation of hostilities has inflicted severe damage on communities in southern Lebanon. In just the last 3 weeks, the violence has intensified, as you know, causing widespread civilian casualties, mass displacement, and extensive destruction across the country, marking one of the deadliest periods in Lebanon's recent history. For the Lebanese, this conflict also brings back painful memories of past crises. For Palestine and Syrian refugees in Lebanon, it serves as a stark reminder of the devastation they have experienced in their own lands. And for the migrant workers left stranded right now, it brings uncertainty and insecurity. Everyone is caught between a history of suffering and a present where Lebanon follows another tragic path. More than 2,000 people have been killed in the last year, as Janine was just saying, including at least 100 children and 300 women. At least 1 million people have been directly affected, many of them displaced, often multiple times, enduring the loss of loved ones, homes, livelihoods, and their sense of security. More than 600,000 people are internally displaced across the country, over half of them women and girls. At least 350,000 children have been displaced in total. The toll of the conflict on children, most of whom are also out of school, with the start of the new year postponed to the 4th of November, as 75% of the country's public schools have been converted into shelters. So the impact of the conflict on children is immense. At least 185,000 people have sought refuge in approximately 1,000 shelters right now today, 80% of which are already fully at capacity. Meanwhile, thousands of others displaced by orders issued with little notice and often past midnight are left to sleep on the streets or not really know where to go. And over 300,000 people have fled to neighboring countries, crossing over to Syria, and many of them moving on to Iraq or Turkey as well. Healthcare and frontline workers have come under attack, as have civil defense centers and water supply systems, pushing essential services to the brink of collapse. The killing of over 100 paramedics, healthcare workers, and public servants impairs Lebanon's emergency response capacity. This must stop. Even wars have rules. We urge all parties to uphold their obligations under international humanitarian law and protect civilians and civilian infrastructure. Objects indispensable for civilian survival must be spared. The United Nations and partners are providing assistance to those in need in coordination with ministries, with the government, and local organizations. In addition to providing critical aid to the displaced, we are also working diligently to access hard-to-reach areas to assist civilians in need that are remaining there. Just last Saturday, we had the first convoy going down to Tyre with much needed relief supplies. It was done by WFP, UNICEF, OCHA, the Sovereign Order of Malta, and the Norwegian Refugee Council together. And we hope to do many, many more of these. Many of our national colleagues are themselves displaced or hosting their extended families while remaining committed to helping in these challenging times. We urge all parties to protect humanitarians and facilitate their work, our work, and to protect civilians as they access aid and shelter. Last week, we launched a flash appeal of $426 million to address these escalating needs. New pledges are being announced, but remain insufficient for the scale of the need, and more aid is certainly urgently required. However, resolving this crisis will not be achieved through humanitarian action. I think we all know that. It requires concerted influence to ensure respect for international humanitarian law, as well as a robust political diplomatic process leading to a lasting ceasefire. Without it, the suffering will only deepen and spread. The international community must act now to prevent further suffering. Thank you.